The late sun dipped behind the horizon like it was trying to disappear quietly, unnoticed. But everything between Liam and Jordan had always been loud beneath the silence. Even now, walking side by side along the weathered planks of the seaside boardwalk, the space between them seemed louder than the crashing tide. Liam tugged his hoodie tighter, Ethan's hoodie. Navy blue, too big on his frame, smelling faintly of cedar and detergent. Jordan noticed. He always did. "You still wear that thing?" Jordan asked, glancing sideways. Liam hesitated. "It's warm." Jordan laughed, the kind of laugh that made Liam's chest tighten. "Sure. That's why." They had just come from a gallery opening in town, where Liam's paintings hung under soft lights and polished compliments. Jordan had shown up uninvited but not unwelcome, offering a crooked smile and a bottle of wine. 2 glasses turned into 4. Then one thing turned into the ferry, almost leaving without them. Almost. Now the empty dock stretched ahead like a choice neither of them wanted to make. "Think we'll make it?" Liam asked, though his feet dragged. "Depends," Jordan said. "Are we trying?" Neither answered. The dock creaked beneath them, salt air tangling their hair, night sneaking in. Liam's phone buzzed in his pocket again. Ethan. The name glowed briefly before vanishing under his thumb. Guilt flickered, but it was easier to pretend it was about the ferry. They reached the pier just as the boat's horn bellowed. White lights blinked along the hull, and a ferry worker waved from the ramp, already pulling it in. Too late. Liam stopped, breath catching. "Shit." Jordan said nothing at first, then leaned over the railing, watching the boat drift farther into the dark water. "Well, looks like fate has a sense of humor. We could call a car," Liam offered weakly. "There's no signal out here," Jordan replied, holding up his phone. "You knew that." Liam shoved his hands into the pockets of his hoodie. "I didn't think it'd matter." Jordan turned toward him, closer now. His eyes were too honest in the dying light. "Didn't think what would matter? That you came with me? That you didn't tell Ethan?" Liam looked away. The water below was black, glassy. "Don't do this." "Do what?" Jordan's voice was soft but sharp. "Point out that you're here with me? At the edge of nowhere? Wearing his sweater and pretending you don't want to throw it into the sea." The air tightened. Liam's jaw flexed. "It's not like that." Jordan stepped closer. "Then tell me what it's like." Liam opened his mouth, but nothing came out. Because what was it like? It was like 3 years ago, in the back of Jordan's truck, when they kissed for the first time and laughed until their ribs hurt. It was like 2 years ago, when Liam ended it with nothing more than a text and silence. It was like every time they saw each other since, pretending nothing had ever happened. And now it was like this, alone on a dock with no way home. "I shouldn't have come with you," Liam said, but even as he said it, he wasn't sure if he meant it. Jordan leaned on the railing again, sighing. "But you did." A gull cried in the distance. The ferry was gone. All that was left was the echo. Liam sat down slowly, the wooden dock cool beneath him. His head felt heavy with wine, with memory. Jordan sat beside him, close but not touching. "Do you remember the first time we came here?" Jordan asked. "You wore that horrible plaid shirt. The one with the missing button." Liam laughed despite himself. "You said it looked like I robbed a lumberjack." Jordan smiled. "You looked good in it." Silence again. This time gentler. A kind of quiet that didn't demand anything, just acknowledged what already was. Liam turned his head, looking at Jordan, really looking. He looked older now. A little tired. But still so damn familiar. "I don't know what you want from me," Liam said quietly. Jordan's eyes didn't move from the water. "I want one night where we stop lying." Liam didn't respond. The sky had gone completely dark. Stars began peeking through the clouds like secrets. Liam leaned back on his palms, staring up. Jordan followed. The distance between them disappeared like mist. There were no streetlights, no cameras, no eyes but their own. Just them and the sound of the waves licking the wooden posts below. Liam's voice, when it came, was nearly a whisper. "We're not going to make it home tonight." Jordan turned his head, met his gaze. "I know." Liam didn't move. Jordan didn't either. But something had shifted, quiet and irreversible. And neither of them tried to name it. They found shelter beneath a forgotten maintenance shack at the edge of the dock. Rusted beams, peeling paint, and a roof that barely held off the growing chill. The air had thickened with sea mist and memory. Jordan lit a small lantern he carried in his bag, the glow washing across his face, catching in the angles of his cheekbones. Liam sat beside him on a worn bench, their knees nearly touching. For a while, neither of them spoke. The hush wasn't peaceful, it was electric. Liam finally broke it. "Do you remember the first time we stayed out all night?" Jordan gave a low hum. "You mean the beach bonfire, or the night in my truck?" Liam smirked. "Both, probably. But I was thinking about your truck. That thunderstorm." Jordan smiled, teeth glinting under the lamplight. "You kissed me first, you know." "I know," Liam said. His voice dropped into something smaller. "I think I was waiting to feel guilty about it. But I never did." The lantern crackled softly. Outside, waves rolled in, slow and steady, like the rhythm of something ancient and patient. Jordan leaned forward, elbows on his knees. "Why'd you end it, Liam?" That question had always hovered between them, a ghost neither man wanted to face. Tonight, there was no room to hide from it. "I thought it'd be easier," Liam said. "You were wild. Unpredictable. And Ethan, he was safe." "Safe," Jordan echoed. "You make it sound like you chose a seatbelt over a parachute." "I did." Liam looked at him then, really looked. "But sometimes I still want to jump." Jordan exhaled sharply, almost a laugh, almost a wound. "I never stopped hoping you'd jump back." The words settled heavily between them, more honest than either of them usually dared. Liam rubbed his palms together, trying to warm himself, but it wasn't the cold making him tremble. "I haven't told Ethan I'm with you tonight," he said. "He thinks I went alone." Jordan's brow lifted. "That's not like you." "I don't think I wanted him to know." Liam looked down. "Or maybe I didn't want you to think I'd changed." Jordan's voice softened. "You have changed. But not where it counts." Liam met his gaze again. There was no mockery there, no bitterness. Just longing and the quiet ache of time wasted. Jordan reached into his backpack and pulled out a flask. "I brought this, just in case we missed the boat." Liam smirked. "You planned this?" "I hoped." They passed the flask back and forth. The warmth that slid down Liam's throat had nothing to do with alcohol. It reminded him of the first time he'd fallen asleep in Jordan's arms, how he'd felt like he belonged somewhere without even knowing why. That was the thing about Jordan. He never promised forever, but every moment with him felt infinite. "Do you still paint sunsets?" Jordan asked after a while. "Sometimes," Liam replied. "But lately it's mostly abstract. Shape. Distance. Distance." Jordan repeated the word like he was trying it out on his tongue. "Are you painting what you feel or what you think you're supposed to feel?" Liam let out a breath. "I don't know anymore." Outside, the wind picked up. A soft drizzle began tapping the roof. Liam shivered slightly. Jordan noticed. Without a word, he stood, took off his jacket, and draped it over Liam's shoulders. Liam hesitated. "You'll be cold." "I've been colder," Jordan said. "This isn't the kind that gets solved with fabric." The contact was intimate, even in its simplicity. Jordan's fingers lingered a second longer on Liam's shoulders. Liam didn't flinch. The silence stretched again, longer this time. Not awkward, but full. "I loved you, Jordan," Liam said quietly. "I didn't know what to do with it back then. I was scared." Jordan didn't move. "And now I know what I gave up." Jordan sat again, this time closer. Their thighs touched. Neither of them moved. "Sometimes I think you're the only person who ever saw me," Liam said. "I did," Jordan whispered. "I still do." Their faces were inches apart now. The lantern flickered, as if bracing for something. Liam looked down at Jordan's lips, then quickly back up. I can't do this, he murmured. But you're already doing it, Jordan replied. They didn't kiss. Not yet. But their foreheads touched, lightly, reverently. Liam's eyes closed. He inhaled Jordan's scent, faint sea salt and cedar. It was devastating how much he'd missed that. Outside, thunder rumbled faintly in the distance. Jordan's fingers found Liam's hand, curling around it. Just one night, Jordan whispered. That's all I'm asking for. No pretending. No running. Liam didn't answer. But he didn't let go either. The wind whispered through the dock's beams, lifting the scent of seaweed and something deeper, desire too long buried. The drizzle had stopped, but everything around them dripped. The roof, the wooden railings, Liam's restraint. They sat shoulder to shoulder, still holding hands, though neither of them acknowledged it anymore. As if to let go would break something fragile, final. Liam was quiet for a long time. When he finally spoke, his voice was hoarse. You want me to say I regret leaving you? Jordan didn't flinch. I don't want a confession, Liam. I want the truth. Liam turned, the flickering lantern casting a golden curve on his cheekbone. You are the truth I keep hiding from. Jordan didn't speak. He didn't need to. Outside the shack, waves curled into the shore like secrets slipping under the rug. Inside, everything between them had started to tremble. Liam stood suddenly, pacing toward the edge of the dock, jacket wrapped tight around his chest. His fingers dug into the fabric, like he was trying to hold back everything that threatened to rise. I was 23, he said, back turned. I didn't know what love was. I thought love was comfort. Ethan offered that. And I didn't, Jordan said, rising too. Liam turned, eyes flashing. You offered chaos. Passion. You burned, Jordan. And I got scared I'd burn too. Jordan stepped closer. But don't you miss the fire? Liam didn't answer. Not with words. Instead, he crossed the space between them in a blink, grabbed Jordan by the collar, and kissed him. It wasn't soft. It wasn't tentative. It was years of unsaid things pouring out in a kiss that tore the breath from both of them. Lips crushed together, teeth clashing, hands clawing for something to hold on to. Jordan groaned against Liam's mouth. Liam's fingers threaded into Jordan's hair, pulling him closer like he could erase time with pressure. When they finally broke apart, their foreheads stayed pressed together, breathing ragged. I shouldn't have done that, Liam whispered. But you did, Jordan said, echoing earlier words. And I'm not sorry. Neither of them moved away. They stood in the glow of the dying lantern, the night wrapping around them like a secret. The sound of water lapping against the dock was drowned by the pounding of blood in their ears. Jordan touched Liam's cheek, reverent now. You're still trembling. I don't know what this is, Liam breathed. This is us, Jordan said. Unedited. Liam let out a sharp exhale, then dropped onto the dock's edge, head in his hands. I can't just undo everything I've built with Ethan. It's not that simple. Jordan sat beside him, knees brushing again. Then don't undo it. Just admit that you built it on top of something you never buried. Liam looked at him, face twisted in anguish. That's cruel. It's honest. Lightning flashed distantly across the water. The first crack of thunder followed slowly, like it had traveled a long way to reach them. Liam's phone vibrated against the dock. He didn't touch it, didn't look. Jordan picked it up and handed it to him. Ethan again? Liam nodded. He turned the screen face down. Jordan didn't press. Instead, he reached behind the shack's support beam and pulled out a rolled-up blanket from his backpack. I planned for this too. Liam almost smiled. You always did want to rewrite our ending. No, Jordan said. I just wanted to give us one we weren't ashamed of. They sat beneath the blanket, shoulders tucked close, limbs slowly folding into one another like puzzle pieces long separated. Liam's head came to rest on Jordan's shoulder. Jordan's arm curled around him instinctively. There was no rush, no performance, just heat between them. Hands explored slowly, hesitantly, then more boldly. Fingers slipped beneath shirts, tracing ribs, backs, hips. They weren't searching for pleasure, they were reaching for memory, for identity, for the version of themselves that only existed together. Liam gasped softly when Jordan's lips brushed the side of his neck. It was a sound Jordan hadn't heard in years. It shattered him. They kissed again. This time it was quieter, deeper. The kind of kiss that had weight. That said, I remember everything. I still want everything. As their bodies moved in tandem, wrapped in blanket and shadow, time stretched out and then collapsed. Every inhale, every sigh, every quiet gasp was a betrayal and a homecoming all at once. They didn't speak as they settled, tangled together beneath the thin fabric. Jordan traced lazy circles on Liam's bare back. Liam stared at the ceiling, eyes glassy, heart torn. I don't know what happens now, he whispered. Jordan replied, we breathe. Liam nodded against his chest. And so they did. Together. The sky was pale when Liam stirred, still tucked beneath the threadbare blanket, his limbs tangled with Jordan's. The dock was quiet in the early dawn light. Everything looked softer, gentler, like the world hadn't seen what they'd done. Like it didn't know. But Liam knew. And so did Jordan. Liam blinked against the light, then shifted slightly. Jordan's arm tightened instinctively around his waist, even in sleep. His breath was warm against Liam's shoulder. Familiar. Dangerous. For one perfect moment, Liam let himself stay still. He pretended. Pretended the ferry didn't exist. Pretended Ethan wasn't waiting. Pretended that this version of himself, the one with tangled hair, kissed skin, and guilt smeared across his chest, was the real one. But time wasn't interested in pretending. A distant horn cut across the quiet. The first ferry of the morning. Jordan stirred beside him. Liam turned to face him. It's morning. Jordan opened his eyes slowly. He looked calm, like he hadn't just helped set something sacred on fire. Yeah, he said. I noticed. They sat up, slowly untangling. The blanket slid from their shoulders and pooled at their hips, revealing skin marked by kisses, bruised with honesty. Jordan pulled on his shirt without a word. Liam hesitated before reaching for Ethan's hoodie, now wrinkled and smelling like both of them. He held it in his hands for a beat too long. You okay? Jordan asked. Liam nodded, then shook his head. I don't know what to do with this. Jordan stood, brushing his hands on his jeans. You don't have to do anything. That's not true, Liam said, voice tight. I made a choice last night. Then make another one, Jordan said. Right now. Liam looked up. You want me to walk away from everything? I want you to walk towards something that's real, Jordan said. Even if it's just for a minute. Liam rose slowly, hoodie still clutched in one hand. He walked to the edge of the dock and looked out at the sea. The ferry came into view, growing closer, carrying everything he'd run from and everything he still had to return to. I don't hate Ethan, Liam said quietly. He's safe. He's kind. He believes in me. Jordan joined him, standing just close enough for Liam to feel his heat. But does he see the version of you that woke up here? Liam didn't answer. The boat's horn blared again. Louder now. Impatient. Jordan turned to face him. You don't owe me forever. But don't lie to yourself about last night. Liam finally looked at him. Really looked. Jordan wasn't pleading. He wasn't begging. He was just there, solid, flawed, and too honest for Liam's fragile peace. Liam stepped forward and wrapped his arms around him. The hug was fierce. Final. I don't regret it, Liam whispered against his neck. Neither do I, Jordan replied. But I won't chase you again. Liam nodded. You shouldn't have to. They pulled apart slowly, hands sliding away from each other like sand slipping through fingers. Liam turned toward the ferry as it docked. He didn't look back. But Jordan stood there, unmoving, watching as Liam boarded. Watching as he handed his ticket to the attendant with trembling fingers. Watching as he took a window seat and stared out across the water. Their eyes met, just once, as the boat pulled away. It wasn't dramatic. No tears. No waves. Just a glance that carried 1,000 unfinished sentences. Liam rested his forehead against the glass. His phone buzzed again. Ethan. He didn't answer. He closed his eyes. The sea stretched around him, vast and quiet, but he didn't feel alone. Not yet. Not completely. Back on the dock, Jordan sat down. Same spot. Same silence. The blanket still warm behind him. He didn't smile. He didn't cry. He just waited.